Hello. Well, first of all, I want to say I wish you all well, and I hope everyone is keeping as well as they can do at this time. We are going through some really challenging and difficult times and unsettling times for everyone. And I'm aware we're all in our own little bubbles, aren't we? All in our own social isolation bubbles. This is actually in my house, and I've put this up to remind everybody that it is Blue Smile that I'm here to talk about. But we're all managing, we're all coping in different ways. And I'm really grateful and thankful that you're spending some of your time looking at this video and listening to what I have to say about Blue Smile. I know that whether we're still working, or whether we're looking after children, or whether we're looking after elderly relatives or doing some community work, we're all very, very busy in different ways. So thank you for the time that you're taking to look at this video now. I just wanted to update you really on what Blue Smile is doing during the coronavirus. As you know, we normally work with children in schools and we work face to face with them. And we deliver arts-based therapy, and that's meeting with them once a week, same time, same place, same person, every week, to give them a really wonderful opportunity to think about how they're feeling, think about what they're thinking, think about what's going on in their lives, their experiences. And we do that through artwork and play, and it's a great medium for expression. And it enables the children, each child, to build a relationship with a therapist, a trusted person, that maybe they don't always get. And we've found from our work in schools that they really, really look forward to it. And they're always asking about their next session, and they talk about how they'll miss their therapist during holidays. Interestingly, when coronavirus hit first, and when we heard that schools were going to be closed, some of our therapists were able to get a kind of last session with their children that they work with. And some of the children cried and said, "Will I ever see you again?" That's really quite heartbreaking to think that that relationship meant so much to them. They were really worried about not seeing them again. So we at Blue Smile have been working incredibly hard over the last 2 to 3 weeks, putting alternative support in place for these children, and actually also for their parents and their carers, and for some of the school staff, because they need it too. So instead of our one-to-one going in schools, which we can't do at the moment, we have set up a phone line service. And it's called our Keeping in Touch phone call service, because that's exactly what we're doing. We're keeping in touch with the children and the parents that we normally work with. So we've arranged that we will phone once a week and we'll have a chat with them and see how they're doing, see how they're going, just so they've got that connection with their therapist. That's not been lost. They've got a connection with somebody they already know or have seen around school from Blue Smile. And they have that connection. So we've got that up and running in a lot of schools now. Schools are really pleased that we're doing it. It's been a whole change for us. We've never done this service before. It's been like developing something from scratch, brand new. So all the new policies, all the new guidelines, all the new tips and ideas, we've got all those in place. And I'm really grateful to my staff. They've done an absolute massive thank you to my staff. They've been a fantastic team. There's only a few of us in the office. We work part-time. At the moment, there's 3 of us working part-time, and to get a whole new service up and running in such a short amount of time has just shown devotion and commitment and a real passion for the work with these kids. And I am so grateful to my staff for what they've done. So we've got this Keeping in Touch phone service up and running, and I'm really pleased to report that is going well. And my therapists are doing that from their homes, wherever they can do it from. They're all kind of geared up to do it. So I'm really pleased that the children that we work with have got someone at the end of the phone they can talk to, somebody that can speak to them therapeutically, that can understand them, can be patient with them, and understand maybe what's going on for them in their lives at the moment. Really, really important. And the other thing that I'm really pleased to tell you about that we are doing, again, for the children that we work with, we are putting together some very simple and basic art packs. Because we deliver art-based therapy and children use art to express what they're thinking and what they're feeling, and to tell us through imagery what's going on for them, we didn't want that to just stop. You can't do that over the phone. We didn't want that to stop. So we racked our brains, thought, how can we have some kind of continuity of support for these children? And we came up with the idea of art packs, simple art packs that would contain like a pencil, a nice little emoji rubber, a sharpener, some kind of crayons or pencil crayons, so a little tin of watercolours, some coloured paper, some plain paper, you know, basic, simple art pack that we could get delivered out to these children. The logistics have been tricky, I have to say, with a team of 3. It's tricky, but we managed it, we're pleased. To get these art packs out to the children that they can use to draw, to paint, and pop them in a folder. We've given them a Blue Smile folder. So any work that they do, any art creative work they do, if they want, it's all optional, they can pop it in a folder. And when we get back into school, when schools reopen, they can bring their artwork and they can show it to their therapist. And they can show them what they've been doing, what they've been thinking, what they've been feeling, and that will be a point of discussion. And also, that art pack it's almost like a holding activity. It lets the children know, Blue Smile, haven't forgotten about them. We're still here. It lets them know that there's somewhere they can put their feelings and their thoughts, and it can be talked about later. But also, it can be in conjunction with those phone calls, with that keeping in touch phone call that they're having. They can talk on the phone about what they're drawing and what they're painting and what they're putting in their folder. So it gives them that continuity, not just of a relationship, but of that way of working through art. So we're really pleased that is up and running. We managed to get some funding for that. And because of that small amount of funding that's significant, we've been able to give that to schools for free, which is fabulous. And actually, we are working really hard to do as many things like that we can to support the children. And we are so grateful to the people that are funding us and supporting us. There's all sorts of things going on at the moment. We've got one of our trustees is doing a 26-kilometre bike ride in place of the London Marathon. She doesn't bike ride. It's not her thing. But that's up on YouTube now, and I will be sending links out for that to have a look at that. We've got people who are doing online quizzes, who are doing, online step challenges, as you know. So all sorts of wonderful things that are going on. And I really do sincerely want to thank people for being not only passionate about what Blue Smile does, not only passionate about the help that we give the children, but giving up your time and thinking really creatively of how you can help support us. Those garden parties, those marathons, those May balls, those sponsored bike rides, group things, they're all gone. We don't have that funding anymore because of coronavirus. But to hear of the wonderful ideas that communities out there are doing to help Blue Smile, to help children who don't otherwise have any support, is absolutely amazing. We understand that these children are in difficult situations. That's why we started supporting them in the first place. Their home lives may not be easy. Their mental health might be quite difficult and challenging. And they're suddenly thrown into this very unsettled, upside down coronavirus world. If we can offer them some support, if we can offer them some continuity, something that remains as stable as we can throughout this, that makes a world of difference. And if they've got someone on the end of the phone that can listen to their story and that can see what they're doing when they bring it back in on their artwork, that is huge. And I'm so grateful to everybody that is supporting us. We are working our socks off, and I'm thanking you for working your socks off to help us, to help those children that really don't want to be in the situation they're in, but they are. So let's do what we can do. And thank you so, so much for supporting us. I will keep you updated. There will be more updates as to what we're getting up to. Thank you for listening.